So you're probably in the process of trying to find a new apartment in Harlem. With most neighborhoods in New York City, you're going to be able to use the app called StreetEasy to find an apartment. As a real estate agent, I would say 99% of people use that app. However, there are some other ways to find apartments in New York City. So depending on your situation, if you're looking for a short-term apartment, you can find one on a website called LeaseBreak. I've actually used this app before, and I do recommend it for people who are maybe looking to like sublet for a short amount of time or can't find anything on StreetEasy that they can afford. So maybe they can take over a sublet, which will give them more like wiggle room when it comes to price. So that's going to be a way that you might be able to kind of find something that's a little bit cheaper than something that you might find full market price on StreetEasy. Everybody uses the app StreetEasy, but I do have to say that you're not necessarily finding deals on StreetEasy. And if an apartment is an extreme deal on that app, it's going to go relatively quick because everyone's seeing everything on that app. And basically, if something's priced really, really well on StreetEasy, there's going to be like a rental bidding war on that place. You can also go to private Facebook groups as well. So they definitely vary per neighborhood. So I do like using neighborhood specific ones if this is a route that you're going to take. So for Harlem, there's this Facebook group called New York City Harlem. I guess I would recommend that one if you're looking for apartments on New York City Harlem. Now, it's not only just apartments on there, but that's going to be your best bet for like a neighborhood one. Maybe something pops up on there from time to time. Apartments in Harlem range a lot. You have your townhomes, you have your walk-ups, and then you also do have some new construction that has been coming to Harlem as well. So because of that, if we're looking at the new construction specifically, so say that's something that you're interested in, I would recommend a website called Apartment Guide. So Apartment Guide focuses on apartment complexes specifically. So only sites like that, not like these one-off units with like one individual landlord, like apartment complexes that have a management company overseeing the whole building. So Apartment Guide is the website I would recommend for that. Then you can look at a bunch of different buildings and book appointments with their leasing office directly. So if you're looking to purchase in Harlem and you're looking specifically for like new development, because we have a lot of people who go to Harlem for that because, like I said, there's really great new developments there. If you're looking for that specifically, I do kind of recommend going through an agent because if there's one building that you're really set on, you could just reach out to that building directly and kind of go from there. But if you're kind of looking at seeing a bunch of different places, it's going to be easier to find an agent to work with you as like a buyer's agent, because then they can set up the showings, do all the contacts, do the paperwork when you get to that point. They can do all that with each of the other people in the industry versus you having to do that yourself and basically like play your own real estate agent. Why not just use a real estate agent? So in most cases, the seller is actually going to pay for your real estate agent to work with you as a buyer's agent. Most of the time, you don't even have to pay for a real estate agent at the end of the day, but it's definitely a personal choice. Also, disclaimer, I'm a real estate agent, so I don't want you to think I'm just swaying you to work with real estate agents. It's definitely not the case because I think there are a lot of scenarios where you can get away with not working with one. However, if you're looking at a ton of different apartments or really want some guidance, it's definitely going to be easier to work with a real estate agent for sure. So I hope this helped you figure out a couple different ways that you can find apartments specifically in Harlem. Overall, when you're looking at every New York City neighborhood, they don't really vary too much in different ways that you can find apartments. I would say the biggest variation is the kind of apartments that are in each neighborhood, and also like there might be Facebook groups in certain neighborhoods like the one I mentioned in Harlem. So that's really the only difference. If anyone has any other experience or any other ideas to find an apartment specifically in Harlem, please share them in the comments because like always, I love hearing from you guys.